All right. I believe we're live, we're up and running. Woo! All right, give me just a sec to kind of get all my stuff situated here. Sorry, everybody. All right. Okay, how's everybody doing today? It is a glorious Metal Monday. So we're going to be jamming. We're going to be learning some riffs. As always, I'm open to any suggestions, but I'll wait to see if any roll in. I have something picked out for today that I think is going to be a fun riff to learn. I don't know how long it's going to take me to learn it. Usually I give myself about an hour. I'm kind of hit or miss on this. I don't think it's going to take me an hour, or it could be one of those like tricky things that takes me like forever to figure out and work out how to do. So we're going to see. We are going to be playing a classic, you know, coming from here. We're going to be playing a Beady Bam riff. Again, unless somebody throws me some curveballs anytime soon. We are going to be learning a section from the song Disease, Injury, Madness. And it's kind of got everything that I like in a really fun Beady Bam riff. Like it's heavy and it's this like really cool kind of melodic line, but then the timing is kind of all over the place. So I think that part's going to be a challenge in and of itself. It's going to feel like this weird tongue twister for the fingers. So we're going to try to mess around with it a little bit here. So I got the tabs pulled up. So this is section, let's see, it's not labeled by section. It's section I, but it's the back half of section I, starting at 5 minutes and 5 seconds of the song. So here's what it sounds like. Cool. So that is what we're going to learn. Be able to repeat that riff essentially twice. So as far as what's going on with it time-wise, this is probably the most challenging part, because realistically, it's not crazy notey. It's all in sort of one area, and it's, you know, in one sort of section. It's kind of in this diminished, you know, minor sort of scale. Lots of borrowed notes and chromatic stuff, but the timing is going to be kind of the hard part. So it starts in a bar of 7/8, then the next bar is immediately 2/4, the bar after that is 5/4, and then we kind of repeat with a little bit of a change. So we go back to 7/8, then 2/4, and then 4/4, and then it's 3 bars of 4/4 that kind of end out the riff. The first bar of 4/4 is kind of continuing in the same sort of pattern. The next bar is kind of this rhythmic break, and then the last bar is this really sort of dissonant, this kind of like minor second rundown that changes to eighth note triplets at the end of it. So it gets this really cool rhythmic sort of idea going with it. Ba-da, 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 da, 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 da. Okay. I mean, there's no sort of better way to jump into something like this than to just kind of get going with it. Now, if I'm learning something like this, typically what I'm going to try to do is first familiarize myself enough with kind of the shapes that are happening. And for right now, a song like this, I'm not worrying about getting the timing of it. I'm not worrying about counting out those measures to kind of make sure I know where I'm at. This is going to be a purely sort of felt thing. There's really strong accents within the riff itself. So I'm basically just going to be kind of finding those and following along. So let me hear it again. So that basically it kind of is like the start of every measure there, almost, is like that strong accent. So let's just kind of see what that's looking like. This is the hard part. It is just a tongue twister for my fingers, just kind of getting those patterns down and correct. For right now, I'm essentially going to be, sight reading is not the correct word, right? But I am reading the tabs, 100% with what I'm doing. I'm not looking at the guitar. I am purely just reading the tabs. That's hopefully so that I can memorize them, because the sooner that I can start to practice kind of away from the tabs, the quicker it will start to set in. For right now, I'm just trying to remember all of the movements and the notes being played, which is hard. That is a hard jump. First fret on the E string to this diminished chord on the 4th fret of the A string. Into that ending part. Whew! All right. Woo. All right, let's just see if somehow I can play it at like 60% speed. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I mean, realistically, not that bad. So let's bump that up to 70. Nope. 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's this end part, this turnaround. Boom, 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 bam, boom, bam. I wonder if that's all down picked at the end. All right. All right. Hey, we're getting there. We're already at 70%. Let's try 80. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to work now on that, getting it off of the tabs, right? I'm trying to kind of I'm hoping that the muscle memory has kicked in just enough that I don't have to rely on reading the tabs, right? Because when I'm trying to like explain this process, I feel like is hard, right? But I think it's valuable to being able to learn stuff like this quickly. Like for sure, I'm familiar enough with the riff. Like I've listened to this song dozens, if not hundreds of times. So I'm very familiar with the idea of the riff. That helps tremendously. So if I'm going to try to learn something like this, I need to be able to know what notes are being played and know how to play it. And they're two very kind of distinctively different things, at least in my brain, right? Knowing what to play is where I am reading the tabs. I am memorizing the notes. I'm memorizing sort of the kind of the feel of my fingers as I'm transitioning between those, different positions and different sort of like melodic, ideas. I'm kind of understanding that relationship. Knowing how to play it, right, is then where I know the notes, and now I need to figure out what is the most comfortable way to sort of play this, especially as I'm trying to getting up to speed, up to the record speed, of course. So those two different things, and at least for me, when it comes to learning stuff like this, that is on the slightly more challenging side of things, it has to go know what to play, know how to play. Those two things have to usually go in that order. I have to know what it is, what notes I'm playing, how fast they're playing, rhythmic sort of ideas, and then I'm going to learn how to play that riff. And I don't know. I think the results kind of end up speaking for itself. Enough jabbering. Let's just get back to learn how to riff this thing. So I kind of went off on that tangent of explaining it, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I lost some of the idea of how to play it. I also need to make sure I'm not palm muting any of this. All this is fully open until the very end. I think I'm pretty darn close. Let's try 80. I'm not gonna lie, that scared the shit out of me. I forgot that I made those. Brylor. Briley, thanks for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. You are now a worshiper in the cult of the riff. Welcome to this Metal Monday. Alright. Now, if you would so kindly stop throwing my concentration off. Rar, thanks. Cringe. Just kidding. Just kidding. Love you. That's a sick riff too. At the and then just kind of like breakdown riff. Okay, I'm getting there. 80% speed is feeling pretty decent. What was that? Uh-oh. Are we live still on everything? Seems like it. Okay. Sorry, just making sure that everything was still up and running, and it looks fine. All right, here we go. 80%. Mess up instantly. Here we go. I'm still messing up in there. It's just weird. I don't have it like, it's not 100% locked into that that muscle memory. God, I don't know why that's throwing me off. Oh. All right, I mean, we're getting closer and closer. It's just like there's little parts that just kind of throw me off as I'm playing it. I'm like trying to think ahead to essentially the next part. Oh, shoot, that's going to throw me off. Okay, sorry, hold on. My my stream session on my where I'm like watching it actively says I've only been streaming for 3 minutes because of that little disconnection. So that threw me off for a sec, but it's been going. We're at 22 minutes. Somebody make a comment if Twitch is looking weird. YouTube says it's going strong. But if there's any connections that I don't hear, it looks weird, please let me know. I'm trying to lock myself in here. So yeah, what I was saying, it's like almost there, but it's like a tongue twister essentially for the fingers. It's these repeating patterns that are a really close grouping of notes that change strings and frets ever so slightly, and then there's like minor variations as the riff kind of continues on. The riff idea in and of itself is essentially 3 bars long. It's a bar of 7/8, a bar of 2/4, and a bar of 5/4, or a bar of 7. I see why they broke it down this way. Up to you. But it's a bar of 7/8, a bar of 2/4, and a bar of 5/4. So 7, 2, and 5. And those all have essentially the same thing. Like the bar of 7/8 and the bar of 5/4 are almost identical. It's just the bar of 5/4 has 3 extra notes on it. As compared to the bar of 7/8, they're identical, right? And then that flips over to the bar of 4/4 in the second repeat that kind of switches up. And the notes are the same. In all fairness, it just switches the ending to create another bar of 4/4. But it's just like little micro sort of changes that trip me up. But we're getting close. We're gonna try 90. Cool. The next riff was like super easy. I just learned it just kind of by looking at it. So why not play it when it's at the end there? I like low key think I can almost play this with the song already. At least I feel it strong enough that I could. I'm gonna try to get a little different tone going. I'm not feeling this. That's close. I like that. Why? What is it about the repeating of the riff that just hurts my skull? This ain't the tone. That's what's throwing me off. It's definitely just because I can't play it. Oh, all right, 90%. Let's try it. All right. Let's try it to the record. Just gonna pull it on up here. Good old Spotify. Now, might be saying you should have already had it pulled up. How unprofessional. Well, you know, that's just how it goes. I don't plan. I fucking play, dude. I don't plan. I riff. I know nothing else. All right. Yeah, here we go. Did I just nail it on one? I think I did. Cool. I done did it. What am I at here? I'm at a half hour. I just don't know. I wonder if I didn't think ahead. I thought this riff might take me longer to learn how to play, but I did it in 30 minutes. I'll take it. Does anybody else got a riff for me? I'll learn whatever. I'm just a beggar out on the street. I'm busking. I'm busking right now. I'm not even asking for money. I'm busking for free. What songs do you want to hear, mister? I'll play a song for you. All right. Just to see it wasn't a fluke, I'm going to play it again. Might have been a fluke. Might have been a fluke. That was harder. Oops, backed it up way too far. I'm gonna play the camera this time a little bit better, huh? That riff's crazy. That riff has a weird turnaround. I wasn't expecting to play that one either. Whoopsie. All right, well. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I got no more riffs to learn. I'll learn the riff that I wanted to. I'll be back on Friday writing something. I'm in the really scary process of switching DAWs. And it's just going to be a pain in my ass. But I think overall it's going to be better. Studio One has been giving me a ton of performance issues recently. And I'm a little nervous it's my computer. But I'm going to switch to Logic. I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. And it's made by Apple. It's most likely gonna have the best performance of any DAW on a Mac that I can think of. Like there's no reason that it shouldn't be like 100% optimized. Everyone that I watch using it, it looks awesome. Like the workflow just looks amazing. It looks a lot better than Studio One, or at least, also I just I don't see anybody using Studio One. Like, sorry Personas, but it's just not winning any, it's not sticking out as like the spectacular DAW to use. So I'm going to be switching over probably this week, like possibly tomorrow. So Friday is going to be like a whole thing, and I'm hopefully going to be set up to use it. It's probably going to be pretty bare bones, but I'm hoping to write some riffs. And if anybody wants to chime in and like give me ideas as I'm doing it, then I'm all here for it. Let's see, YouTube. I'm streaming currently to YouTube. You should go check it out and subscribe. All that good noise. It's just Robby Harmon music. I got this cool logo. It's like an old school like death metal logo, like the band Death, with like two scythes. Shout outs Brylor for the help. And some dude on Fiverr, I don't know, go look up death metal logos on Fiverr. You'll find somebody. Let's see what else. All the stuff, Instagram, TikTok, just Robby Harmon. It's really easy to find me if you got here. Most of that stuff is pretty connected at this point too. I'm thinking about doing private lessons. If anybody's interested, I did make my living being a music teacher. I like to think I'm okay at it, at the very least. But if anybody's interested in any music lessons, or that possibility, it doesn't have to be metal, guitar, any age, any skill level, hit me up. I'd be interested to kind of talk about the logistics of that. I think that's all I got. So until next time, which will be Friday, the game plan is 6 p.m. Central, I think. Mark my words on that. 6 p.m. Central Friday, and I don't know of like a set time. I don't know what times work best, so I might be mixing this around. But Mondays and Fridays I will be streaming. Content on YouTube will be coming out later this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then just keep your eyes peeled on the social medias, the Instagrams, the TikToks, all of that good stuff. Hope to see you there. And I hope to see you there. So peace. I'm out. Now I got to go over there because I'm not a pro at this. And you get to watch me just kind of like creep in the corner as I hit all the off buttons. Bye.